Guitar. Back at it again with the 999, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors is 9. Um, Last time the audio was way louder than my voice, so I'm hoping something has changed in all this. So we'll see how it is. I've got headphones in, got my low budget recording and emulator and all that, so yep, you'll be seeing ads and stuff, but hopefully it's an alright journey. Let's get moving on. The water that followed him out of the room was rapidly pouring out of the door. It flowed quickly down the hallway and slammed into the foot of the short flight of stairs. Just 5 steps, in fact. And at the top of this short staircase, a door. Another door? Junpei leapt up the stairs, straight for the door. Ooh, that is some kinky sound effects right there. Nice. The door burst open, and Junpei exploded out of it, only to freeze in his tracks. What, is it body time already? No. Oh god. What other possible response could there have been to what he saw? Oh, what the hell? His voice trailed off, and all he could do was stare. Ooh, that's a fancy looking staircase right there. Nice. A polished floor stretched out before him, ornate staircases rising up from the edges, each one of them equidistant from the others. I'm sorry, I don't do words. Sorry. The stairs and their pillars were solid wood, and Art Nouveau embellishments and decorations covered the walls and pillars. It looked like nothing so much as the entrance to a luxurious mansion from the early 1900s. Junpei couldn't help but wonder, was he really in a ship? The water quickly filling the hallway behind him suggested that yes, he was. He was indeed. As he looked, a fresh wave rolled out of the room he had been in, gathering speed as it moved toward the stairs. Yeah, that's what I thought. This is totally Wait, what the hell? A wave? Oh shit, he getting drowned. Oh gee, shit, I gotta get out of here. Junpei spun around, his wet shoes squeaking in protest on the polished floor, and ran toward the tremendous staircase in front of him. C deck. Okay. B deck. As he ran, he glanced quickly at the plates mounted on the wall, denoting the decks of the ship. He took the stairs 2 at a time, not entirely sure where he would find himself. 2 at a time? That is a real man if I've seen one. Like, have you ever met someone who takes the stairs 2 at a time and not be impressed with the kind of person they are? I have. He's me. Just as he began to wonder where, in fact, the stairs did lead. Ooh! Who that? Oh, and, right, the 3 guys, yeah. Yeah. You know, I could see some sort of sitcom going on with these 4, with like the white-haired guy over there just walking up to the lady, and do that one little bit from American Dad. It's like, hey there, I'm Josh. I'm a tennis player from Vegas, but most people know me for my niçoise salad. And then the big guy back there just shoves him out of the way and goes, I'm Leo. I like making love with the lights on. And then like it just go to like some 70s sitcom music for credits or something, and yeah, that's like the whole pilot. There, I just made a show. Call me Hollywood. Junpei saw another person out of the corner of his eye. He stopped short, nearly tripping over the next stair, and looked. It wasn't just one person he'd seen. On the landing to the left of the stairs, there were 4 people staring at him. Oh, that's not 4 people. That's more. And on the right side, 3 more. All told, there were 7 of them. It looked as though they had been on their way down the stairs. They'd stopped short when they saw Junpei, their eyes wide. He'd done the same, of course, and now they stood there staring at one another. Junpei didn't move, one foot placed awkwardly on the next step, in the middle of a stride. Who were these people? This entire interaction lasted only a matter of seconds. The woman spoke to Junpei, and time began to move again. Ooh, hello there. I guess there's another one of us now. The woman was dressed, Junpei thought, rather like a dancer. Her clothes covered very little, and her prodigious jewelry little more. Sorry, it's words. Hey, you, come on! Hurry! With no further ceremony, she ran, straight past Junpei and toward the doors behind him. The sudden proximity of a woman with such striking assets left Junpei momentarily stunned. But the others wasted no time and quickly followed the strange woman. The first to pass Junpei was a young man with silver hair. He threw a quick glance in Junpei's direction as he ran, muttering. Oh, if you're gonna name him Silver, you think I'm not gonna make shitty Sonic 06 references? Lucky you. I don't really know. I don't really have a phrase that I could definitely do for Silver, but I'll do whatever. One of us, huh? Following him was an older man, his face calm and without fear. This guy would tear my fucking throat out. Look at that face, man. Soft wrinkles sprouted from his eyes. He came close enough as he passed for Junpei to see a wisp of gray hair. His composure and shock of hair struck Junpei as rather that of an elderly lion. Cool. No, he's gonna be named Lion. Cool.
Going up won't do you any good. There are 2 doors, but neither of them will open.
The next to speak was a girl with pink hair and a high voice. Oh boy, this better not be the girl that actually gets looted.
Come on! Aren't you coming? You gotta hurry!
Her small hand was wrapped around the wrist of another man. Oh god, no, she's... Oh, this is not... This isn't gonna look good, is it? Sorry about that. His eyes were closed, almost as though he were sleeping. Yo, he's pulling the Brock. His features were graceful, almost serene, and he was dressed rather elegantly for someone his age. What do you mean? You saying he's young? I don't know, he looks substantially older than her. Like, you know, double, triple, quadruple her age? Something about his posture seemed very refined, and Junpei couldn't help feeling he was noble and dignified somehow. He'd certainly never seen one, but this man seemed like what Junpei had always imagined a prince would look like. Okay, cool. Giving him the name Prince. That sounds nice. Okay.
That's 9 of us then. All of the cards are in hand.
What does all of the cards are in hand mean? He wondered. Junpei opened his mouth to ask what the other man had meant, but the girl with pink hair rushed past him as they were gone. Okay. Oh, okay. Hi, you two? He turned just in time to see 2 more people running toward him. One of them had hair like a bird's nest, and looked as though a stiff breeze might topple him. And the other was a veritable mountain of a man. The scrawny one said nothing and scuttled past Junpei as though he were running from something. Okay, see ya. Okay, this is actually a little rude. That we're just gonna call this guy a mountain. All right. Okay.
Hey, what the hell are you standing there for? Didn't you hear him?
Oh, there it is. Dot, dot, dot. Classic visual novel speak. For when there's nothing to say, you have no response, whenever you just want to give us time to think or whatever, or ramble on just like exactly like I'm doing right now, this is what you put. Dot, dot, dot. Sorry, I just get a little mad whenever I see this. It's just a fucking trope. I hate the dot 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 trope in my games. I don't know why. There's not really any reason to hate it, but I don't know, it just pisses me off a little.
The doors on A deck are no good. We gotta check the doors on B deck, brother.
I'm okay, sorry, I just had to do that once.
Got it? Now go!
Before he had a chance to respond, the man laid a massive hand on Junpei's shoulder. He fucking broke him in half. With no more effort than Junpei would have used to brush aside a fly, the man shoved him out of the way, utterly destroying Junpei in the process. Whoa! Thrown off balance by the man in recent events, it took Junpei a few steps to get his bearings. He finally regained his balance and looked up at what the other 7 had been running toward. Oh, those are very welcoming doors, if I do say so myself. There were 2 pairs of large iron doors set into the wall in front of him. They looked quite sturdy, and each had handles jutting from them. Written across the surface of each door in red paint was a number. The door on the right had a 4. And the door on the the door on the left had a 5.
5, that's me. Me, I'm Junpei. I'm 5. I'm 5 years old. That's me. Me.
They're the same. The guy Junpei had decided to call Silver was mumbling to himself. The room I woke up in had a number on the door, just like that.
You too, eh?
With an arched eyebrow, the lion looked over at Silver.
My cell was the same. A number on the door. I opened it, ran down the hallway outside. I found myself in the rather grand room, full of stairs, as I suspected the rest of you.
It was as though the floodgates had been opened. They all began to talk at once. Me too.
I did too.
Yeah, a door with a number on it. It soon became clear that each one of them had awoken in a room with a locked door and solved a puzzle to escape. They'd all ended up in the same room, almost as though they'd been guided there.
Yes, we all saw the same thing. That's not important. We need to hurry.
You think I don't know that, lady? Before the dancer had time to finish, Silver was already running. He grabbed hold of the door labeled 5 and pulled. However, fuck! It's not opening! The damn thing won't even budge.
Move. You're in the way.
The mountain grabbed Silver's shoulder, and he destroyed him too. This man will not stop until each and every shoulder is destroyed, along with the entire ship. His path cleared. He took a few steps back, then threw himself at the door, shooting himself out of the atmosphere, and then coming back 2 days ago. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. He is out of existence at this point. The door shook as his body slammed into it, but showed no signs of breaking. What are you talking about? That's not mountain. That doesn't sound like a mountain slamming into a door. It sounds like, I don't know, fucking Junpei slamming himself into the door. The mountain threw himself at the... No, that is not the mountain. Oh, but fine, okay. If you say so. Junpei turned toward door 4. Next to the door on the wall was a small box. It was just like the one that he'd seen in his room next to the door. Vacant. If it was the same, then this door was likely locked as well. Still, he had to check. Junpei grabbed a handle and threw all of his weight onto it. Gah! It was locked as tight as the door next to it, as he'd suspected. Damn it! Junpei punched the door. It did not respond, as doors do typically not respond. You usually don't punch a door and then they go, "Hey buddy, can you maybe stop that? You're hurting me. You're hurting the knob, you're hurting the door. If there's a window, you're probably hurting that too. Okay? So I'd appreciate it if you'd stop." Were these the only doors, he wondered. He'd barely finished the thought when the C-deck plate he'd passed on his way up sprang, unbidden, to his mind. His body moved before he had time to think. Junpei turned and ran back toward the stairs. He had scarcely taken a step when, at the top of the stairs, next to an ornate clock embedded in a wall, he saw a person. Ooh, finally, because yeah, we saw seven of them, and then it was Junpei. Yeah. So this is number 9, I guess. Yes. Oh, well, hello there. I still prefer the other girl, but okay. It was a girl. She looked to be able to say, she looked to be about the same age as Junpei. You know, like a love interest. He froze, unable to look away from her face. You know, like a love interest. He wasn't confounded by her beauty. Right, okay. Or something equally silly, sure. Okay, you keep telling yourself that. No, there was another reason he couldn't take his eyes off the girl. Junpei had seen her somewhere before. He couldn't quite remember where, but he knew. He knew he'd met her before. The girl, too, stared at Junpei, similarly stunned. Her response suggested she'd seen him before as well. ... There it is. And not even just a ... Under question mark. Okay. Good on you, game. Oh, double ... Without saying a word, Junpei walked slowly toward her. She didn't move. It was almost as though she was held in place by some sort of magic spell. As Junpei stepped onto her landing, the spell broke. No sooner had he set his foot down than the whole ship shook a second time. Ah! The quake caught the girl unprepared, and she fell. Moving on instinct, Junpei leapt to catch her. Are we doing this romantic stuff already? I thought we could at least play through an hour or two before we'd get all romantic, but fine. Or so he thought. What the fuck was that? Oh, hello. Her face was far closer than it should have been, mere inches from his own. Okay. Oh, okay, we're just playing more of this. Okay. Fine. He was flat on his back, and she had landed squarely on top of him. The girl seemed as confused as he did, and her face suggested she still hadn't fully recovered from seeing him. For a moment that seemed to stretch for a very long time. They stared at one another. The ship stopped shaking. Everything was quiet. Water could be heard from the bottom of the ship, lapping faintly at walls and ceilings, but eventually that faded as well. The silence was complete, a thick muffling blanket. At last, the girl opened her mouth.
Oh my gosh, Junpei,
Fuck.
Oh my gosh, is that you, Jumpy?
Not my name, but okay. Jumpy. Jumpy. Her words echoed through Junpei's head, and suddenly his memory returned. Akane? Oh, shit. Shit, you aged backwards. Why'd you do that? Why hadn't I realized it before? The girl was Akane Kurashiki. Japanese names, sure. She and Junpei had been friends in childhood friends. Like a love interest. Sure, you do you, game. They'd gone to elementary school together for 6 years, but what was she doing on the ship? Her soft eyes were only inches away from his own. He could feel the warmth of her face. Feelings he'd thought long forgotten began to work their way to the surface. He could feel his face heating up. At that moment, a speaker crackled to life, and a cold, eerie voice filled the room.
Welcome aboard. I welcome you all from the bottom of my heart to this, my vessel.
With the voice's invasion, the spell between Junpei and Akane was broken, and all hints of bourgeoisie romance instantly forgotten. Good. Zero the cockblocker, everyone. They hurriedly entangled themselves from one another and struggled to their feet. Their 7 companions had heard the voice as well, and many of their faces had gone pale. They looked around frantically, desperate to locate the source of the voice. At last they found it, a speaker set in the ceiling.
I am Zero, the captain of this ship. I am also the person who invited you here.
The voice was harsh, obscured occasionally by the crackle of static. But Junpei recognized it. How could he have forgotten it? It was the same voice he had heard from the man in the gas mask.
Hey, asshole, what the hell is this? Come on out here, I want to get a look at you.
What do you mean to do to us? I mean to have you participate in a game.
Some of you I know are familiar with this game. The Nonary game. It is a game where you will put your life on the line. Nonary game?
What the hell's that?
The voice continued, implacable.
The rules of this Nonary game can be found upon your persons. They are simple rules. Read them. Nonary game? Hey, there's something in my pocket. Check this out.
Silver reached into his pocket and pulled out a small slip of paper. The rest of them reached into their own pockets and pulled out similar slips of paper. Junpei followed suit and dug into the pocket of his pants. He felt the telltale crumple of paper, slightly damp from his earlier ordeal. Wait, is that a euphemism? Oh wait, no, you mean the water. Right, that's exactly what I meant. Yes, of course. Yeah, sure. Hey, I got one too.
Then it would seem Zero has seen fit to grace us each with a letter. Would you mind terribly reading it to us, young man?
His request had been delivered to Junpei, who, after a short moment of surprise, did as he'd been asked. On this ship, you will find a handful of doors emblazoned with numbers. We will call them the numbered doors. The doors in front of you are a pair of the same. The key to opening these numbered doors are the numbered bracelets that each of you possess. Should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets and find that the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open. Only those who have opened the door may pass through. There are, however, limits. only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. All those who enter must leave, and all those who enter must contribute. Bracelet, Junpei figured, had to mean the bulky thing on his wrist. He glanced around. It looked like everyone else had one as well, and had come to much the same conclusion. The purpose of the game is simple. Leave this ship alive. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9. Okay, yeah, this is... Alright. 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. I see the 9 doors and the 9 persons. That's cool. Where do the 9 hours fitting in? Like, does this whole game take 9 hours to complete exactly? Yo, I'm gonna total all my playtime on this, and if it doesn't come to exactly 9 hours, I'm gonna be disappointed. Junpei had reached the end of the letter. There was a long moment of silence, and then the speaker crackled to life once more.
There is one last thing I must tell you. As you have no doubt surmised, this ship has begun to sink. On April 14th, 1912, the famous ocean liner Titanic crashed into an iceberg. After remaining afloat for 2 hours and 40 minutes, it sank beneath the waters of the North Atlantic. I will give you more time.
9 hours. There we go. This title has come for full circle. I think we're ready to play the game.
That is the time you will be given to make your escape.
The voice finished, and the speaker went silent. The sound of a bell tolling echoed throughout the hall. Thought I heard a bell. It came from the dance hall adjacent to the stairwell. It took those assembled on the stairs mere moments to trace the sound to an antique clock embedded in the wall. 7, 8, 9. The sound of the 9th bell faded away. The 10th never came. That meant the time was 9 o'clock. Most likely 9 o'clock in the evening. When Junpei had peered out of the window in his cell, he'd seen nothing but blackness. It had to be nighttime. It had to be time to go to bed. Yeah. Alright, I think I might stop here for today. I'm nice to see that we finally got to meet the rest of the cast. I don't really know a whole lot about them. I'm not too jazzed about all the romantic stuff they're gonna do with what's her name, Akane and Junpei. But I'm definitely going to enjoy this game. I'm sure of it. So anyways, I guess I'll see you later. Bye.